Hello
Hello,
everyone!
hi.
Hi, and as you can see, today I'm not alone because we will have a little interview with our special guest from Egypt who is really in touch with cultures. And I'm so happy and so grateful that you gave me this chance to have today's little conversation. I know that you are a globetrotter, traveler. You have been living, studying, working in many countries. Yes, in Switzerland, in Portugal, in Spain, in Slovenia, and now you are in Poland.
Yeah.
And also, according to your social media account, the data that I have found told me that you are also a professional photographer.
Yes.
Yes, and also a dancer. And
So what should I say?
we will see in the questions. And today, what I propose is to have some intercultural questions about first maybe Poland, then Egypt, and we will finish with some general questions. So, are you ready?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, okay, fantastic. So my first question is, how long are you living in Gdańsk?
Well, I the first time I arrived in Gdańsk was in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
So end of 2016, particularly, I came because I was before studying in Italy, and I had the first time that I arrived here, I was working with Isaac, and I came to teach English and Italian at the
Ah,
university in Białystok. You know
mm-hmm.
Białystok?
Yes, of course.
Really far to the east. And this was my first impact with Poland, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
I landed in Krakow, the first city, and then I arrived in Białystok. I stayed there for almost 3 months. Then I came back to Italy, and then I had my application for the Erasmus for studying abroad for 1 year, and then I had it in Gdańsk at this.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
So then I came back again. So I left Poland, came back to Italy, finalized the paperwork and everything. Then I came back again to Gdańsk, and I stayed since that time, I guess.
Mm-hmm. And why have you chosen Poland?
Well, I chosen Poland because one of my friends she recommended. She said that she was there in Szczecin, if I'm saying
Yes,
it correctly.
yes, correctly, Szczecin, that's right.
And she was saying that it's amazing, and the Gdańsk is even more beautiful. And it was one of the cities that the university has a partnership with, the medical university over here, and my university in Italy. And when I checked the city online, it looked really beautiful, and they take only one person.
Uh-huh.
So from all the competition, just one person goes there, and I was one of the people that were accepted. So I was like, okay, definitely I'm going to see how
Yes.
particular this city is.
Yes,
And
it's
then
your
I,
destiny.
yes, and then I came. Yeah, I liked it so much.
Oh my God, I'm so happy to hear it. And so, what is the most beautiful city in Poland? What would you say?
Gdańsk, no, the Tri-City, if I would say, three of them. So
Yes, three
Gdańsk,
of them.
Sopot, and Gdynia. I prefer more, of course, Sopot and Gdańsk, but still Gdynia is really beautiful.
Yes, it is a modern, very modern, yes, city. Yes,
Yes.
we can say. Okay, and top attraction to see in Gdańsk. What would you recommend?
In Gdańsk, where the best place to see, I would say, well, Oliva Park is amazing. It's just one of the most beautiful parks I've ever seen around Europe, to be honest.
Wow, wow.
But also, there is a place called Tashirai, if I'm saying it
Yes,
correct. Tashirai.
Tashirai.
That's
Yes.
a really nice place.
Paradise of the birds. Yes.
Yes, so beautiful. For me also because I take my camera and I go to take pictures over there. The mix of the lakes and the forest and the beach is very really nice. Um, yeah, I guess that these are the and Hell.
Hell, hell,
Yes, Hell is
yes.
really really beautiful also. For camping, if I would say, if you want to go and camp and check a little bit more blue beach over there.
Yes,
The
that's
color is a
true.
little bit more clear.
You are paying attention to those little details,
Yes,
like
yes.
your music at work, and what you like the most. Like what moments are you trying to capture the most at your work?
No, okay. If we're going to talk about the hobby wise, because it was a hobby at the beginning,
Okay.
and I was sharing it with one of my friends, and he's living in London right now, and he works on Facebook. He's not taking pictures anymore, but I'm still taking pictures. For me, it's wildlife and landscapes. These are the most, for me, most favorite pictures that I would like to take. But when it comes to work, it takes totally different direction. Because in Italy, for example, I was filming in weddings, and I was doing pre-weddings also. I worked with about 3 or 4 professional photographers in
Oh
Italy
my
for,
God! So
for
I
4
will
years.
hire you because I will have money next year.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because also I used to work for advertisement and fashion, so in resorts. I worked for 4 years in Sardinia, the island. Sorry, for 2 years in Sardinia, and in Sicily, in the southern part of Italy, because this is where is the tourism. People go there during the summer, so you have Cagliari, you have sorry, Crotone, Tropea, Reggio Calabria, Calabria. I don't remember even the other places. I went to many places over there because we were being hired by agencies and they were just moving us around. Sicily, of course, Palermo, Cefalù, San Vito, all of these areas, the island, Favignana. Sardinia was for me, it was Sicily and Sardinia, of course, but Sardinia is one of the most beautiful islands that you can ever visit in Italy. It's just beautiful. It's bigger than Sicily, but it's really, really, really pretty with all of the places over there. And when we were working over there, we were working with British companies, not Italian, so it was actually even like more hard, like I would say harder. The British clients are not that easy to talk to
It
and
was not Dolce Pariente like with
no, no, no,
Italian.
not also far niente, because when you are working with Italian clients, they love photography. They are just in love with pictures and everything. But when it goes to internationals, Switzerland, because the hotels were like kind of, they had all the people around. And when it comes to internationals, they're like, they had to, how can I say it? They need more convincing, more than they don't care so much about how the pictures look like as much as you know how to talk to them, how to
Yes,
speak with them.
precious. Okay, so let's dive now. If I know that you have worked in the south of Italy, about our big hit on Netflix. I don't know if you have watched
Yep,
the
yeah,
movie
yes.
called 365 Days.
Yes, I watched the movie. Yes.
And what do you think, like maybe not about the quality, but maybe landscapes, Polish women there, I don't know.
Well, I would say one thing. There are some stereotypes that I found over here that they like I don't like to go with the stereotype until I see it by myself. But there is this small obsession of the southern part of Europe.
Of Europe, yeah.
So, for example, I have some friends here that we go out for Erasmus and all of these things, and we always found that the girls in general from Poland, they have this kind of passion so much to that part of Europe. So Spanish, especially Spanish, more than Italian, by the way, and Portuguese, but especially for the Spanish language, Spanish men, the Spanish landscape and dancing, Latin parties. So if you go here to um, like parties in Poland are very nice, really, really nice. But the main label is Latin. So a Latin party, a Latin night, a Latin this, a Latin this. And the majority of the music is Spanish. So Spanish people, when they come here on Erasmus, they feel home actually. They feel home so much because like for them, they found their parties, their music, their everything.
I think we share the same maybe mentality. We like to dance, we like to play, we are joyful. Like Polish people are very joyful, but after some amount of alcohol, it's not so easy at the beginning. Yes.
I would not agree with this in one thing because
Okay.
no, for one thing, after drinking, yes, this is correct. Like you can find very, very, very open. But before, it's the opposite of Spanish people. All Spanish people, they are on both sides. They are still open.
Yes,
They are very.
social, yes, yes.
But when it comes to Poland, people are very shy and respectful. I'm not saying it in a negative way. No, it is actually in a more educated way. Like they're very, very
Yes.
how can I say? I would say that they are more. It's funny, but I would say that they are more respectful than Germans, and more
Yes,
strict than
really?
Germans
I wouldn't have that,
because
but maybe
they're very no, they're very aware and careful about what they're saying. They're very shy, and when it comes to the language, for example, in Poland here the majority. I'm not going to particularize some cases, but the majority that I met that they don't speak English, for example, they are shy because they don't speak English. Because I used to teach here in Poland. I worked in Berlitz for 4 years, 4.5 years, so I was teaching English, and I know how they think. They are shy because they don't know how to speak. The opposite when it goes to German. If they know, they will not answer. They don't want. Even if they know the language, they just don't accept it. While it's funny because English and German are from the same school of language, and Polish is from way different.
Slavic.
Yeah, exactly, from way different. But still, for them, they want to learn. I had clients that they were 70 years old, and they still want to learn English.
yes, that's true. That's totally
This is
true.
something that made me so much happy. Okay, they want to learn. I know that it's not my native language, but I would say that English right now is the easiest.
Yes,
Even when I'm speaking about my own language, which should be easier for me, but I still see that that language is the easiest around the world.
That's true. Yes, I think that also Polish people are maybe perfectionists. Yes, they like to be proper and clear in language. This is also maybe why we are not so open with English. But after time, I think just
But that's not only in languages.
yes,
Here,
it's also about the personality. Yes,
personality and work.
yes,
You work very hard.
yes, that's true.
Here, you work very hard and very accurate. This is another thing. It's like you do the job correctly, and that's why.
Thank you for this advertisement of Poland. That's
And this is what makes me sad because right now I'm working as a recruitment manager
oh,
in one of the companies. I'm not going to say the name,
yes.
okay? But we see how much work is being done in the most perfect way, but salary.
Salaries, yes, salaries.
They cannot be compared to the countries that are using, let's say, speak about countries that are using euro. Again, we're not going to put in this calculation the southern countries, which is Greece, Italy, and Spain, and Portugal. No, I'm speaking about others.
Yes.
So Germany, Netherlands, Denmark, Belgium, Sweden, Norway, these countries. So I see that the work that is done over here is perfect compared to what is done over there, but salaries are. This is why you will find many of the big, huge companies. They open their back office or administrative business centers over here because they will have very good quality of outcome and goals, but at the same time they pay maybe half of what they are going to pay in other places.
Yes.
So this is one of the things. If we get back to the point of the movie that you're talking about, because I actually took you to another direction. Sorry for that.
Okay.
There are some stuff over there that they're true. This obsession of this of the culture that is down there. But this is again, it's not only in Poland. I think it's all around the world. Even in Egypt, people are like, oh my God, we want to go to Spain, we want to go to
The
Italy, we
magic
want to
of
go to that.
Mediterranean Sea.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, exactly. But what happened in the movie, I think that it's a little bit too much. Like
Yes.
it's a little bit too much if we compare it to reality.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not the reality.
Yeah, it's too much. It's just
Yes. Yes.
a higher level. But
Okay, let's change the topic.
yeah, it's kind
So-
of a fantasy. So
yes, yes, that's true. So, what is like the most beautiful actress, the most beautiful Polish actors?
I have this problem that you will never believe. I don't know.
You don't know. You don't know any.
I don't know. I haven't been introduced to them.
In person.
No, I mean even with friends.
Yes.
With friends, I haven't been introduced to them. I know some, of course, the football players. Some of them, Lewandowski, because it's one of the really I love him. I don't know why, but I love this guy. We have Mohamed Salah in Liverpool, and this guy in Bayern Munich, like for me, because I also play, video games and stuff, and I love to play with this guy. He's nice. It's like, you can just see him and you feel how he's very positive. He gives positive energy all the time.
And his wife is also beautiful. His wife is known for fitness,
Oh.
yes, for
Okay.
example, yes, for karate, etc. Yes.
But she's not acting.
No, she's
Okay.
not acting. She's not acting. Okay, so it will be your homework because I'm a teacher, you are a teacher, so I will give you a homework.
Okay. I need to check some of the Polish actors because, to be honest, I didn't want to just to check really fast and then come to tell you, okay, this guy. I haven't even. I don't remember that I have seen a full Polish movie until now.
Yes,
Yeah.
we had some good comedies from the 90s especially. We were known for them. And of course we are having some famous directors like Kieślowski or Polański, yes. So I guess it is it. Okay, so maybe now dance. The typical Polish dance is...
I don't know.
You don't know.
I will be
Okay.
honest. I don't know, but I know that some people when they play this disco polo music,
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
they get really crazy.
And the wedding.
They get really crazy, yes. But what I found here about dancing is that the dancing schools over here are so good, and they are a lot. They are everywhere. Like if you want to learn dancing in Poland, it will be like this. You could just go search for it. You'll find dancing schools beside your house, and you just go and you will find really good people dancing over there. I was so surprised that I found belly dancing in
Yes.
Poland,
Yes.
and a lot.
Yes, that is.
And they like it, they love it, and they appreciate it. And I found my Egyptian music, they're dancing on it. Maybe they don't understand what's being said, but it's still, like when you go and listen to it, it was very, very nice. Of course, Latin, if we're going to, because I used to dance, I used to train actually, to learn some bachata in Italy. And I had my trainer was from Dominican Republic, he was an amazing guy. When I came here, I found that it's also popular.
Yes, it's
Bachata
very popular.
and
In Warsaw,
soup.
yes.
That's
Yes.
what I'm trying right now. I started to try this. This is one of the, I
It's a
guess,
challenge.
I guess no. I only found this here.
Yeah?
In Italy, they have no idea what's that, or where I live. I'll be honest. Where I live, I never heard this. And soup here is very like popular. It's very very popular.
Yes, there are many videos on TikTok, for example, yes, with
Yeah.
teenagers dancing TikTok, dancing soca, etc. Yes, so this and also Zumba, sensation.
Yeah, this is
yes.
when you go to the gyms over here, these sessions are like by default.
Mhm.
You will find them by default. They do this all the time.
So fantastic. Okay, and now Polish weather is like.
Sorry to say it, but very bad.
Yes.
In winter.
In winter.
In summer, it's amazingly good because it's not hot, like that you will die, and it's not cold. So it's this weather that we have in Egypt in winter.
Yes. Okay.
Our winter is your summer over here, but in Egypt is different because the houses in Egypt are not built for any kind of winter in the world. It's not isolated like here. If you're in the house in Poland, you're totally perfectly fine. There is absolutely no problem in winter or in summer. But when you go out in winter, no, it's just I speak about Gdańsk because I didn't live in another southern city. Even the outlook is also cold, to be honest.
Yes, Białystok is also cold. Like Warsaw is warmer, of course, Wrocław, Krakow, etc. They are warmer, much warmer
Yes.
than here. Yes. So how have you survived the pandemic? If you were just locked at home and the weather was not nice, and
Well, at that time I was working with Thomson Reuters,
okay.
So was my previous company where I used to work before. And I was working in photography over there in the photography department. We had a lot of work. We had night shifts. We were working the majority of the time. So and at that time, I was living in one of the most beautiful spots in Gdańsk. I was living in Czeparnia, where
Oh my God.
I had my
Yes.
apartment on the marina. So to be honest, my pandemic time, I was just, I think I was the only person that was going out to walk around the marina because it was empty.
Yes.
But during the lockdown, of course, we were staying most of the time at home. Well, I would say I learned a lot about cooking.
Yes.
More.
Polish food or
No, I cook everything. No, for me, it's not about a particular kitchen. What I love from that country, I implemented in my list. It's
yes.
done, and I start to cook it, you know. So I like so much, so much, so much. This is one of the okay. Soups in Poland are the best that I've ever tasted in my life, and there is no one can compete with the soups that you make here. I just this is honestly not the part with the seafood. I'm speaking about the soups that you mean, like the beetroot soups, for example. This is one of my favorites. The shrimp.
Żurek, yes.
It's
Especially for Easter, yes, with sausages, etc.
yes, exactly. And well,
Chicken soup.
chicken soup, of course. No, the other one, the cheese. You have the cheese cream soup. Not sure if everyone does that, or maybe the people that I was living with they do it, but it was amazing. The soup that you have in a bread,
Yes. It can also be żurek.
it's jurek, but
Yes.
in a bread. Like you
In a
can,
bread,
yeah.
yes.
This one, I would open a franchise in Egypt just to make this soup, and it will succeed, you know, because I know the taste of my people, and the soup tastes amazing inside this bread. And the idea of mixing, because bread in Egypt is something very important. Like it cannot be not on one of the meals; it has to be there all the time. But this bread that you use for this soup is so good. It's like it tastes so good. So it's a very particular mix. I like it so much. I used to film some of these soups in one of the really nice places that makes it.
Mannequin. I guess that there is the best żurek soup.
Yes.
But,
I tasted in Poznan for the first time. In Poznan, not in Gdańsk. And then I discovered that this place had branches everywhere. I was like, why I didn't go to it in Gdańsk for all of these years? It's really good. And it was.
University.
Yes, exactly. Where I work, actually. But I have never seen it. And yeah, so soups, perfect. There is one thing very similar to ours in Egypt. When you roll the cabbage with meat and vegetable inside, it's called wonky.
Yes.
This one is very good also. Very good. And what? Oh, pierogi.
Pierogi, yes.
The one that is done well. That is done like the Polish one, because some
My
commercial
Polish
places
grandma.
some commercial places they don't do it good, but when you go to eat the good pierogi, baked one also, because in Gdańsk there are some places that they make a baked one. It's very good.
Yes, baked like from the oven.
Yes.
Also like boiled. Yes, you will like
Boiled, steamed.
Yes, different types.
Because in Egypt we have the same pierogi, we have the same exact thing, but for us it's fried.
It's only
Deep
fried.
fried.
Deep fried.
Only deep fried.
Okay.
So when I saw it for the first time here boiled, I was like, this is not cooked.
This is wrong.
It's still not cooked. And they're like, no, it's like this. I was like, no, I'm not going to eat it. It's not cooked. It needs to be fried.
Some kind of sushi? What is
Yes,
that?
because for us, we boil it, then we fry it. So for us, when you go to the kitchen, your mom is preparing this, and it's called actually matalia. The name is so much different, and it's only you can find it only in Ramadan. There is a sweet one, there is a salty one. Depends which one you have. And when you go and you find it boiled, so you cannot eat it. It's not ready for us.
Yes.
And then when I came here, I was like, no, this is actually ready. I can eat it. I tasted it and I was like, okay, now I can steal from what my mom's doing in the kitchen, you know? It's okay. Because I thought it was not done yet, but yeah.
Yes, that's amazing that you are thinking about it because I have never thought about it. And I'm Polish, yes, for me it was just normal.
It's just different. Like you need to try the one that. Well, I can make it for you, of course, if you want later. And you try it, you find it a little bit particular because ours has different stuffing inside.
Maybe they are more spicy.
They are very.
Yes, yes, yes.
Very.
Polish people are often suffering when they need to eat.
No, but not chili.
Not chili.
No, no,
No.
spices. We have more. Not it doesn't burn your tongue,
Yes.
but it just has more because we in Egypt, by the way, we don't like chili.
Ah, okay.
We put spices, but not chili.
Not chili.
Yes.
It's not so hot.
No, it's not like Indian. The Indian cuisine for us is too much. We cannot handle the Indian.
Yes.
Exactly like here.
Yes.
But spicy food, like we spice the food, we put spices on the food like Italy. We add spices.
Okay, okay.
It's more, of course, in Egypt than Italy, but for us we like the taste of spices. It's very important. Spices.
Yes, and next question. What is the most irritating Polish nationality characteristics? What irritates you about Polish people?
Okay.
Is there anything like that?
Yeah, one thing. Doing like I don't want to say it in that way, but it's being afraid.
Being afraid. Yes.
It's a mix between being afraid and passiveness together. So, but this is because we are extreme, I would say. So in Egypt, if we find any kind of action in the street that we don't like, we interfere.
Yes.
We go to check what is the problem, how to fix it, what's that, what's this, what's this. I'm saying a very, very general example. This is a very general example, but it's very particular. So when it comes to here, if I'm not going to ask for help in whatever, the person is not going to initiate.
Yes,
Never.
That's so interesting.
Never. Even if she is your girlfriend. She don't it's okay. I will be because I watch this really close. It's not something mean or something bad that they do on purpose, but again, it's a mix of being afraid. They don't know when to go in, when to step in. So if I tell the person, he will help. But if I didn't,
Yes, then
he's not going to move.
it's nothing will happen.
I'm not sure if this is
Like
also.
playing chess, you know. You have to
No,
play
no, no.
chess.
It's very simple. It's like the people are so much kind, but and by the way, it's not for another person. Like it's not because you're a foreigner or you're not. No, even with themselves, they don't know when to interfere to fix something. It takes so much time
Yes, yes.
until they realize, oh, I need to move. I need to do an action over here to
Yes,
fix
but
it.
after that they don't regret it. Yes, it is just
Again, yeah, exactly.
We have to work on it. Yes, but it's good to know. You know, it's good to tell other people.
I think it's in the culture. It's something in the culture that, and it's connected to also being shy. It's connected. It's connected to being shy and being so much respectful. You feel that if I'm going to interfere over here, I'm invading a privacy or I'm taking over something that I shouldn't do. But it's not like that because for us, when I am talking to you and I have you as a friend right now, if you will have a problem, I will fight for you, for us, for whatever you want.
Beautiful thing. It's really people not feel alone. Yes, because
Yes.
Polish people they sometimes feel alone. I'm talking now about myself. Yes, my case. Sometimes I feel alone because I have to solve my own problem with my own resources. Yes, I can ask for help, but will I ask for help? Not necessarily. You see, it's
Exactly.
another thing.
It's connected to shy, to being shy. Is it like can I? And yet, yes, you can if you know the person.
Yes.
I'm not asking someone that I don't know. But if you know the person and you spent some time with this person, you went out, you spoke, you had some drinks here together, you're living with this person for 7 years or 5 years in a relationship, and it's just very, very hard to start to interfere because, oh, I invade your privacy. No, you're not. Believe me, you're not.
Just go ahead. Yes,
Yeah,
that's
and one of the other things also that I would say because I've been around a lot of foreigners in Poland, and this is one major I would say major topic that they always talk about that you don't ask foreigners a lot to go out.
hmm
Like
Me personally, I am, but
you are okay
yes.
because if we are doing this, so you are. You know, it's a little bit different. But when you have a friend or when you have like many friends from Poland, you met them, you did this, you did this, you did this. Again, it comes back to being afraid. They might be going out or not, and when you ask, even when we ask, let's go to do that, they're like kind of not so much, you know. So, and this leads to one thing, maybe not everyone will understand it, but foreigners in here, if they don't have a girlfriend or they don't have a wife or they don't have this,
Yes.
they are kind of lonely.
Yeah,
Believe me.
they might feel is isolated.
Yes, they are kind of lonely because we don't know the country.
Of course.
Bear in mind that we don't know where are the best places to visit.
Yes.
Uh, Not all the time when you are going to go to the shop or you're going to buy something or you're going to go out or whatever, you'll find everyone speaking in English.
Yes, of course. This is also like the generation of our parents, grandparents. They were rather speaking Russian. They were
And
Russian,
German,
German.
in German, yes. But again, it's not that they don't want to speak. It's just sometimes they don't know how to speak.
Yes, they are afraid. Yes. But I hope that new generations it will change.
Well, the new ones, to be honest, since I was teaching all the ages in Berlitz, I was also in companies, and then I had also children. I see how the parents are so much keen about teaching their children not only one language.
Yes.
So English is now like kind of a must in schools and everywhere. But they also try to push another language like Spanish or Portuguese or Italian or whatever. Something that will make them, you know, go abroad and try to be able to communicate and go around. And this is something that I really love so much. And in Egypt we have this also initiative that we have right now. Before we had only two main languages, with three main languages, which was English, Arabic, and French in the school obligatory. Right now they added German. Uh, like German is like now like one of a bunch of languages that you can choose. So you can choose between German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, and Greek, and then you can choose from them. But the three main languages, they're still there.
They are still
So
there.
you have four.
Yes, and I must say that you have talent languages. It's the same like with my fiance who's from Morocco. Yes,
Speaks French,
he
for
speaks
sure.
French, he speaks Arabic, he speaks English, he speaks Norwegian. Now he's trying to speak Polish. So he,
Okay.
yes, it
Oh,
is easy.
how is going with this?
Yes.
With speaking Polish, I guess this might be your next question. I would
Yes,
say.
yes. Do you know any Polish?
I know the words that can make me survive. Words.
Okay.
Because
So bad words.
no, I don't know so much. I don't know so much. I know like very little because I actually hear them in the streets. And some people, of course, they teach you this when you're on Erasmus and stuff. But learning the language, I have been in my university. I had Polish language, and the professor loved me because of my pronunciation. Because we had many nationalities over there, but in Egypt, in the Egyptian language, we have very similar sounds.
Yes.
So the sounds of Polish and the sounds of many words in Egypt, we have even more. So for me, it's not very hard to pronounce.
The consonants, yes, because our
Je,
consonants.
we have this. So I can say it. So he was so much surprised that he says the thing, I repeat it correct, and he was so much
Yes.
happy. But my problem is
Grammar?
grammar. I'm making a sentence. I cannot make a sentence. I can't just say words.
Yeah.
I cannot make sentences till this moment, 6 years, and I cannot catch the numbers correctly. The numbers are so hard.
But the
for
numbers
me.
in French, for example, they are also like.
No, I studied French. I had French for 12 years in the school, and I don't speak.
You don't speak it?
I don't speak French because for me, it's a strange language. They write what they don't say, and they say what they don't write.
Yes, that's
So
true.
if you have French, Portuguese, Italian, Spanish, they are one package.
One
Okay, one package. For us, it's one package. I learned Italian 1 year without school. Without school. I lived there for 5 years. 1 year I spoke Italian because they pronounce every single letter that they write.
Yes.
They don't leave one.
Yes.
It's impossible.
Yes,
Okay?
yes, yes, it's much.
When you go to French,
Yes. 5 letters, one sound.
and I'm like, okay, I know how to write, I know how to read French very well, but to speak, we were not, to be honest, also in the school, they didn't focus so much on conversation, they were focused on grammar, all the time, on grammar, and we didn't like it. For us, in Egypt, it wasn't this language that we like to speak.
Yes,
So
because
much.
I was wondering today if we are going to speak in English or maybe in French.
English.
Yes.
No, French. I understand. If you're going to speak, I will respond, but in Italian.
Okay.
If you speak Spanish,
It would be
I will
interesting.
respond in Italian. If you speak Portuguese, I will respond in Italian. It was this. It helped me when I did my Erasmus because I did Erasmus in Spain, I did Erasmus in Portugal, and before I was in Italy, and Italian helped me. I understand what they're saying, and I can actually respond. And surprisingly, in Spain, when I was responding in Italian, they could get me. Portugal, not so much, but
Because it's the mix also.
yes.
French, yes.
Yeah, but because they are very nice, they Portuguese people, they tried to listen to me. So this was kind of, if you learn one of those languages, Spanish, I would say the main of them, the head is Spanish.
Yes, Spanish.
Then, but Italian still for me, I would never imagine myself saying this, but I love the language because you can say what you write. It's very expressive, very expressive.
It comes also with the personality of the people, yes, which is super nice.
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. What I had on my list, the most popular chain of supermarkets in Poland is.
Oh, the Polish ones. Well, before there was Piotr Pavel, but I don't know where did they go. They just disappeared suddenly.
Appearance.
Yeah, I went to the supermarket and it's not there anymore. There is Spar, and I was like, "What's that? That was in Germany. Why it's here?" But now I think Biedronka.
Biedronka.
Biedronka and Żabka.
And Żabka. We are having like the names of the animals. Yes.
Yeah, but I came here when I arrived to Poland. Biedronka and Żabka were so small.
Yes.
And Żabka still had the frog sign.
Yes.
Now it doesn't have it anymore.
For foreigners to know what it is.
And yes, and they were not that big. They expand. I would say, okay, for me, Poland. In 3 years, they went like whew, to the top. Like, and I'm speaking about that everything in everything. I attended. I know that this is something particular for you because for people who lived in Gdańsk, I attended Oliva Business Center when it was on the floor.
Yes.
There was
Yes.
no building, and I was teaching over there in Nordea with Berlitz
Yes.
when there was only Nordea in the building. Like you go to the elevator and there is only one button that goes to Nordea. Right now, we have I don't know how many floors, maybe 14 or 15 floors, something like this, and they are all full of companies around them. There's Alchemia, they are still building. The country,
Business club, restaurants,
everything.
everything.
The jungle, the coffee shop, this one is amazing. And the old town. I attended the old town when there were no bridges that opens up and down. I attended the old town when there are still buildings from World War II with the holes of the cannons in them. And right now, you go to the old town, the island in the middle, and everything, and you're like, I went 1 year to Spain. I came back and I was shocked. I was like, what happened? What have you done? I left you for this time. This is again, we combine it with how hard Polish people work. It's like that.
It's like that, yes. And we are trying to create maybe a new Dubai, I don't know. You're on the right
That would,
path.
I would say that with this rate of growth, I respect so much how good they are doing the things. I'm speaking about people and people that they work in companies and in the streets and the workers that the tram is destroyed. 10 minutes, they are there in a moment, you know. And I'm talking about Germany right now because I lived in Germany in Berlin for when something like this happens, it takes days. It takes days. Here,
Yes, there is always something going on in Berlin, like still the work are not finished. Every time when I'm visiting
under
Berlin,
construction.
yes, it's under construction. In Poland, they have done so much during such a short period, and there is everything under
Like
construction.
the main station of Gdańsk. It's going very fast, and they are working in a very hard condition because they're working underground and over, and I can see that the progress is going. They're going to finish it really soon. The same with the train station before Brahma Vizhina. Brahma Vizhina was very old, very, you know, and then suddenly when Forum became, it's like the Forum, at least Forum itself, when it came out, it came in no
It's
time.
a big shopping center, yes, a huge
Yeah,
shopping
yeah,
center.
the gallery, and it came out in no time. I woke up one day and I was okay, and it's ready. You know, it's like everything inside is working.
Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, maybe now we will talk a little bit about Egypt.
Yeah.
So, Egyptian driver, maybe. How are the Egyptian drivers? Crazy? I don't know.
Oh no, it's a survival game.
Survivor. I was expecting.
No, no. Right now, because I visited Egypt in the recent. I lived in Egypt 2013, and I visited 2 times since that. Yeah, one time 2018 with my girlfriend. At that time, and she was Polish. And this time, I went recently for this year. I mean, for 3 months. It changed a lot. Like since I left till now, it changed a lot because right now, well, this new president is crazy about building the infrastructure. So the roads right now are so good that you can really shoot a Fast and Furious movie over there. He made because we had the space. We had the space. We had the desert. But all the roads before they were so narrow, so small, so this and this and he was like, why? He was like, why? So now we have the road 6 lanes, 7 lanes.
Wow.
You know, like he widened everything and he made like huge amount of bridges and new ways, new roads that connect the cities in less time, new trains that we'd never had before, a lot of new airports in areas that I don't even know if I will go there or no. So right now it's different. Right now the traffic lights started to be respected more because before, to be honest, it was like kind of, as I was saying, a survival game. But that leads to one other thing, that they're very good drivers.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like they
Have
are
to survive.
they are so aware of what is happening. For me, driving in Poland is super easy.
Yes.
Super easy, and I don't know how people make accidents here because everything is clear. You don't have, you just follow the signs and everything will be super easy. I got my driving license here, and it was, for me, it was like,
Yes, but we are so stressed when we go abroad. Every time when I go like to the southern countries, I'm afraid. Yes.
I guess in Italy you will not be happy to drive over there. Italy, especially in Italy, yes, because the roads are very, very small, very small, and also you have
Yes.
up, down,
ups and downs.
yeah.
motorbikes and people are crazy with
The
it.
Vespas are well that's also scary. No, that this one is even more than Egypt.
Oh,
The Vespas
okay.
because they just use it because they don't have really long roads, like and they use it
Infrastructure is.
to go to work, to go to this, to go to that. Because okay, if we're going to compare public transportations in Poland and any other country that I have lived in Europe, uh, I would say that they here, Poland, Netherlands are equal.
Oh,
Anything else, no. When it comes to time, when it comes to places that you want to go, but again, I'm talking about Tri-City more because this is where I live. You will not need a car. You will not need a
that's
car.
true. I don't have a car.
You will not
And
need.
I'm perfectly fine.
I didn't need a car for a really long time. And if I will have a car over here, I have one over here right now. I will use it to travel,
Yes, to travel somewhere.
but not in the city,
Yes.
like the scooter or the public transportation, the tram, the bus, the SKM, everything is connected, everything is in time. This is very important because even in Germany there were delays, a lot of delays, more than here. But in Netherlands, when I lived over there, it wasn't like this. It was very, very, very accurate, like here. And also the quality of the public transportation over there is the same like
I
here.
think it's clean. Yes.
Clean, new. You can find the USB if you want to charge your phones. You can find the inside the ticket machine if you want to buy something or something like that. If you don't, everything is online. Like you have the application that actually gives you all the information that you want. So when it comes to public transportations here, it's one of the most, really, the most accurate and in time places that you can ever imagine in Europe. In Italy, bus, forget it, or a train. You just wait. You can live there, like grow old, and you will just never come. But here, no. Here, it's very different. I like it. Even the another thing also, it is not expensive at all
Yes.
because you can use it like for 100 zloty, I guess, if you're not a
Yes.
student, if you're not this,
Yes.
for infinite uses for the whole month. This is
Yes.
I didn't see this anywhere. So there's no reason to not to buy the tickets.
Yes, and the people who are over 70, they have like free transport.
I had no idea about that. And that's also something really nice. So that even for elderly people, this is something good because not all the countries they take care of something like that.
Yes, yes, so that's fine. Okay, now Egyptian woman is.
Oh.
You can say comparison Polish maybe. I don't know.
No, I can't. It will be a very bad. We have a rule in English when we teach. It's called faulty comparison. You know the faulty comparison. You cannot compare
Okay.
because of many other things, many other aspects. Sorry. First, the Egyptian girls are very, very, very warm. Very warm. Like to the level that it's not that simple that you speak to another girl. Speak. You know what I mean? Just to speak to another girl when you're in a relationship or you're engaged or you're married or that doesn't like whatever kind of relationship you have with this girl. It's not that easy. It's just they're very jealous, very, very, very jealous. But not the bad way of jealousness. It's the jealousness that because she loves this person so much and she never will share. She doesn't like sharing. That's not an option.
Okay.
You know.
But it's not like toxic. It's like.
Well, no. Well, toxic you can find it everywhere. It depends. I guess that when it comes to toxic relationship, it always comes to the girl, or to the boy. I mean, to the partner himself. Some of them are very toxic. Some of them are not. But this is I cannot generalize a nationality
Yes.
for toxicity or no. But I can generalize the warmth.
Yes.
They are very, very, very warm. They are raised in the way that the relationship is something very important.
Yes.
It's life. This is how you are going to spend your life later. So they treat it
They
as
are
something.
like how to say nurturing maybe the family, the partner.
Yes, yes. So
Mhm.
family in Egypt is the number one goal after you finish university.
Mhm.
To make your own family. And you start, and everything is around this wedding, everything is around the partner, choosing very well, searching for a good partner very well, because it's not easy to find someone good that actually is going to stay with you, especially this time we're living right now. It's not like before. And they are very, as I'm mentioning, they're very warm, uh, amazing mothers. If they are after having the babies and this, they are their life is dedicated for their children.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
Um, like well, and to be honest, sometimes it comes with a negative to the husband because they
Husbands is neglect.
a little bit, not like before, of course,
Yes, yes,
you know. It's not the same not the same like care, like because now I have something and they take care so much of your children, so much to the level that before we speak my mom called me 2 times, you know, and every day, every day for 10 years. Right now I'm abroad. Not one day she missed a call. This is why I was saying I cannot compare it to here because the culture is very it's very different, and this is normal. Like if the mom is not calling, there's something wrong.
Yes, yes.
Like what happened? She's sad or she's upset or there's something that is not okay. And the girls are the same with the partners. So they call all the time, they take her all the time. Well, this is something also that is important for the thing when it comes to the Egyptian women. Um, they don't spend anything.
Ah, they don't spend anything.
So
Yeah.
if they want to work, of course they can work. There is no problem. But her money is her money.
Aha.
The man is responsible for everything related to the house.
Not like in
So
Poland, 50-50.
no, there is no this 50-50. It's her choice if she wants to help in the house. Her money is untouchable. It's her money. No one like they don't even tell her. This is one thing like the aspect of asking for us as a man from the partner for any kind of help. It's very embarrassing. Like we don't do it. Okay? But why we don't do it? Because the other side is always by default reacting. So if there is a problem, if there is something, if there is this, if there is this, our partner in Egypt or whatever, she's always there. You know, you never ask, but she's there. Okay, and of course the opposite. This is why when I was telling you about when you have someone here in Poland, it's not the same because she doesn't know that she should do something like that. She just doesn't know. But in Egypt, she's raised on this. If your partner have this problem, you are beside him, you're in his back, you're his wife. You need to support. You need to be there all the time.
Yes.
So
They are family oriented, they are more into relationships. Polish women now they are mixed. Like half of our heart is dedicated to the family, half of our heart to ambitions, career,
they have,
etc.
but they have the same.
They have the same, but
No, they have the same. They have the same because I would say that right now women are actually in Egypt are more.
ambitious women.
No, no, no. I mean growing.
Ah,
They are growing. They're growing in career-wise. I'm speaking about career-wise.
okay.
They're having really good, like the Ministry of Tourism. I guess I'm not sure last year or 2 years ago, or even still now, she was a woman. The Ministry of Social Relations, a woman. Like we have a lot in the parliament. We have a lot of women. But the thing is that they still have they take care of the house and they take care of work, which is I would see it's a double effort to be honest. but they can do it. They are tough enough to do something like this, and I admire that. To be honest, I admire something like
Men
this.
have to appreciate this work.
Of course,
Yeah.
I appreciate it so much because, but at the same time, it comes with some benefit. Like their money is theirs. They are,
They
you
have to
know.
have something from life.
Yeah, but in general, the wedding in Egypt, weddings in general in Egypt, is like the majority of, like, I think the engagement party is the only thing that the girl pays for. So the wedding, the guy pays for, the man pays for the wedding, the jewelry and all of this has to be a lot. They pay for it even after divorce. The woman takes the apartment. The woman takes money back that is written in the contract at the beginning, and she takes an allowance per month for her and for the kids because she takes the kids also. They don't go to the man. They don't go to the man except if she's going to marry another person. Then they start to settle down how they're going to distribute the thing after the divorce. If some with him, some with her. If she's going to get married again, but everything goes to her. Like he goes out from the marriage empty-handed, with nothing, literally with nothing, really, and he pays money even so.
So,
So yeah, they have a lot of rights, and even right now they increased something more that was recently implemented. There is the divorce, and there is that she also can divorce him.
ah,
This is another thing. If she wants to divorce him, she goes and she gets rid of some of the benefits that she can get after a normal divorce, and she divorces him. But she still gets some stuff. But just they gave the law to her to go to the court and say, I don't want to stay with this man anymore. And there's no coming back. If she says that, then she wins.
nobody will question.
No, she wins. Done.
She wins, yeah.
It's like there's no, like the other normal divorce that is like a normal one. They still have to investigate and see what happened and all of it. But if the woman is going, it's done. So yeah.
It's very interesting. And now, maybe the last two things. So, what do you have to buy as a souvenir while being in Egypt? Like must-have that you have to buy when you are coming back.
When I'm coming from Egypt to here or from here to Egypt?
Like for a tourist, like a gift, what would you recommend as a gift?
For someone coming back from Egypt to here. Oh. Well, the magnets that we have are very, the magnets on the fridge are very particular because you have and the statuses, and I would recommend also because we have these. People go to the south of Egypt, you will find that we have the statuses and the pyramids and all of these things. They are made from actual real stone. They make it and they grave it with the words and all of this. They look really nice. They live forever because they're like basalt or other types of alabaster or these types of stones that they live forever, as you can see from the pyramids and all of these monuments that we have. And of course, the statuses, the cartouche. This is something very, very, very good. That it's a necklace with your name written in hieroglyphic language on it. This is something very, very particular. I bought it for my girlfriend. I buy it for the people that are very close because it's most probably silver or gold. It's made of those two things, so it's expensive, and it's like handmade for one person. This is if you go to southern Egypt. We're speaking about the northern, so Cairo. We have the copper plate with words written on them, and on the back you write the name of the person. So it's dedicated. This is very famous in Old Cairo. If you can buy it for someone. Someone likes belly dancing, so of course the belly dancing suit is amazing. It's like if someone likes to
I have one at home.
Oh, okay. The shisha, our shisha, not the nargila or the one that you have over here. The Egyptian shisha, it looks different.
Yes, I
And
know.
it's longer and it
I
has,
have bought one on Allegro with my fiance,
Okay.
but he is upset about the quality of that.
Oh, okay.
And
No.
about Polish, because it was Polish.
Yeah. Well, the one that we have is made of copper
Yes.
and glass from down, and it's a little bit like it's hard actually to put it in the bag. It's very hard, like this size. And we call it lei, the thing that you smoke from. It's from like materials, like clothes material. It's not from plastic like the one that you find here.
Yes,
So
yes.
it's this one, and the other one that is we have new that has ice inside.
Oh.
This is a new one. And it's the same, but it has a particular box inside that has ice. That you can put ice inside, so the air that comes is colder. And you can add also flavors, so more flavor, mint flavor or whatever. So this one is very nice. Um, Dresses, the particular Egyptian dresses. You can find this also in the south, also in the north, but better quality in the south. And tea, herbs. The tea we have over there is just amazing. It's really nice, and you can also find it in the south of in Aswan, some place like if you go to the south of Europe.
And I haven't asked you from which city you are from.
Well, I'm from many actually, but we are living right now in Cairo. So because
Your family, yes?
yeah, me and my family were living in Cairo, but we are from different cities around the north. I'm from the north.
Okay.
This is why I'm a little bit white.
Yes, you are. You are right.
If you go to the southern, the skin
The skin
is
is
darker.
getting
It's way darker. Yes. So yeah, we are right now living in Cairo, very close even to the airport. So in the middle of New Cairo, and yeah, our family is like is there, settled over there right now, and we well, right now everyone is at the beach side, and I'm so jealous of them because
You are also. Come on.
but it's
Maybe it's not
38 degrees over there, and they have the sun. They are hiding from the sun, you know, like over there. So it's a little
We
bit.
don't have to fight, you see.
Yes.
An advantage. Okay, and my last question: are you planning to stay in Poland, or it is just?
Well, yeah. For now, I am. I am actually yes, because I got my third degree from here, from Poland, from a Polish university. My master's, I did it. The second master's, I did it over here after the one in Italy,
Yes.
and I'm working over here right now. I'm happy here for now. The only thing that will make me leave, I would say, is the weather.
It's the weather.
That's it.
Yes.
Nothing else.
Yeah.
Because
Let's pray.
because it's just um, I don't have any kind of problems over here except this. Like
But me too. I can understand you very well. Yes.
I think I would love, but it's not possible because of the law of labor over here. I would love to be in a warm country. It doesn't matter what is it during the winter, and come here in the summer and spend here.
Actually, I have one friend from Australia who is living in Gdańsk. I had also an interview with him on the channel who is doing like that.
Oh, so
six months he is here, 6 months he is there,
Yeah.
and he's perfectly happy. So.
Yeah, I would do that. I would do that because just the weather it's a negative, but for everyone I would say, but you cannot do it. Like people, I would say in Canada they have the same thing,
That in England.
and even worse than Canada as far as I know. In England it's almost gray all the year. So just the weather. I would say just the weather.
So thank you so much, Karim. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
I would say the jinky.
Thank you.
After we finish.
Shukran.
Afwan.
Okay, so bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.